Honestly, it's because these people haven't been told, and it's so sad that these people haven't been told that they could do anything that they want, like anything is possible for them. And that's the story that they're telling themselves, and they really believe it thoroughly that there's no other way except to put people down because they just cannot see it. Hey guys, and welcome to a new episode. I hope you're all well, and thanks for joining. I am going to talk about like when people don't know you particularly well, but they think that they can judge you and tell you everything about yourself that you didn't know already. Um, Damn, like these people have honestly their own problems, and it's not tricky at all. Sometimes you just need people to, not like yell at you, but like when they just say their opinion, they're actually telling you about themselves. It's nothing to do with you. They see the world how they see the world, and think that they can tell you everything about yourself. And it's like that's not true. And this is what we're working towards, you guys. We're working towards like the self-love, finding who you are, knowing who you are, so that you cannot be judged like this. Like finding that strength, trusting your abilities, just like self-love to a level that when someone comes along and they think that they can just say a few words about you, say what they really think, and try to limit you, try to, say, oh, you can't do this because of such and such and such. And I'm like, yeah, well, what do they know? What do they know? It's like, okay, so if I can't do it, then why is somebody else doing it? Why has this path already been, walked on if it's so impossible, And honestly, it's because these people haven't been told, and it's so sad that these people haven't been told that they could do anything that they want, like anything is possible for them. And that's the story that they're telling themselves, and they really believe it thoroughly that there's no other way except to put people down because they just cannot see it. They cannot, it's something that they can't grasp, it's something, it's not a reality for them, it's not their story. So, unfortunately, it's sad to see, and especially if it's a loved one, it makes me feel really sad that to it's just like, oh, what happened? Who told you this? Why do you believe this? You're never gonna have like what I have because of the story you're telling yourself. This is your reality, and this is my reality. And, it's like they can't tell you what to do. They cannot say, like, I mean, unless you're like about to spend like 10 grand on like something stupid, then yeah, maybe let them interfere a bit. I don't know. A lot of the situations are different. PlayStation. Situations are different, and you know, just don't let them tell you what you can and can't do. Don't let them destroy your dreams because, again, I'll say it so many thousands of freaking times. You're here to do what you're meant to be doing. And if you have an idea in your head that feels so real to you, feels like it's meant to be, is the thing that you're supposed to be doing, that you just cannot see any other way. There's no other excuse. It's kind of like breathing to you. It's so natural. And you should do it. And if someone's like, "Oh, you can't do that," that's not you. What do they know? It just goes to show sometimes. What's it's just so confusing. Because yeah, no, I've had this to me, and I'm just like, you have no idea. Like I've had family members say things to me, tell me who I am, but they have no idea. They only see the perspective of you. And it was really funny because I actually had this with my sister where she argued with me and decided to tell me who I was. And it's like, that's not true because there was one, it's just how she sees me. And there's this one, it was a defining, like, kind of, it's not fact, but it's a clue. I don't know. It's a clue. Um, but if you guys are familiar with Encanto, and obviously the three sisters, I see my sister as the strong one, and she agrees. So it's like, yes, I agree. And I was about to say, I'm like, Meribel? I can't say her name. It's a very confusing name to me. I'm like, Meribel? I can't even do it. Meribel? I can't, my brain can't process it. But you know who I mean. Because um, but that's who I saw myself as. And I'm like, yeah, and I'm this. But before she could let me say that's who I think I am, she turned around and said that I am the perfect one. Like she sees me as the perfect one. So that was like a massive clue because she sees me and she did tell me to get off my high horse, which I was like, no, I'm in the dirt. No, I'm not in the dirt. But it was just such a defining moment, like just that bit of how actually I see myself as Maribel. I can't even say it. Maribel, and she sees me as someone that's perfect. So that was like a massive clue that we all like what she was telling me, like the whole argument that we had. It just wasn't. It was like a bunch of different perspectives, and what she told me isn't true because she doesn't know who I am and my story. She's only seeing what she wants to see, and I see myself as someone who I want to see. And that was just like I was just like, oh well, that's just a massive obvious thing there. Um, so yeah, so people always will have their own opinion of you, like their own not judgment, but their own perspective of you. But and that's okay. It's not what you're telling yourself. It's not who you actually are. It's not all your goals that you're achieving. It's just their, perspective of you, which I feel like I said, get your drinks out, drinking shot game. Oh, such a lame joke. Um, but yeah, sorry. I was like, yeah, also a drinking game. We all drunk by the end of this episode, guys. Um, but yeah, so I was shocked when that happened, but that was such a good clue, and yeah, been going on a bit of a loop here, but you guys don't let anyone tell you, okay? And I say this so many times, just like know who you are, know your worth, know what to do, and what you're capable of. And if you do struggle with that, I do have classes up on Anthe. They are there for you. If you guys want a little bit more from me, they're completely available to you. But for now, it's like people do struggle with it. People do struggle. They're like, well, I don't know who I am because they've been listening to someone else's version of them their whole lives. And I swear to you, I've had this for a very long time. I think it's probably about 18 years of my life. I think, and even then, it was not just one person's story, it was another person's, with how they see me, okay? It's so annoying. Um, but it was like maybe like a control thing. Maybe it was like, but I felt so stifled throughout all of my life. I was like, just so like, you can't do this. Like, I had, like, I think I took everything so personally as a kid because my brother, what, we all have musical intelligence in our family. And my brother, I think he wanted to be a producer and a singer, like when he was younger. But it's funny, but I've been told by thousands of people, it's so lame. But I'm like, I can sing, okay? No, I'm like, well, it's something I can do. I don't know if I can sing. Sometimes I feel like I'm a bit tone deaf, but people are saying this about me, so that's just like what I've interpreted as my reality a little bit. I'm like, okay, that's something that can happen for me, it's something I can do. Cool. Um, yeah, so I had that, but my brother wanted to be a singer. I later found out in life, but all my life he told me that I can sing. He's like, you can't sing, you can't sing, you can't sing. And obviously it's a childish jealousy thing where it's like he wants to be the singer and he told me that I couldn't sing. But all my life I was just like so upset. I was like, but he was just so mean to me, really. He was very like, I wouldn't say dominating because that sounds weird. But he was very like, he is it overshadowed? He very much like, I couldn't live my life because he had to be, you know, it's like a weird dominant kind of a little bit bully. It was like bullying, when you're being bullied. No, it's like, if you've ever been bullied in your life and if it's in like school and you're in the same class as them and you just don't feel like you can do anything unless like they give you like permission, or it's like, unless you come across as cool. It's like the really horrible like control kind of feeling. I'm not actually sure of what it's called, but if you guys know what I mean, that's kind of I spent a lot of my life just like that. It was horrible. It's in my own house. It was horrible. Um, but how I got out of that is just really, I didn't surround myself with it like on holidays, not holidays, yeah, holidays, like school holidays and like weekends. I would just be out of there. I would just go to my nan's house. I was so smart as a kid, apparently. Gone to a therapist. I used to just like, I don't take shit from people. And even if I did it as a child, I couldn't believe it. Like, I did it as a child. Like, I knew, like, I never used to tell my parent, like my mum, anything just because I knew she would just, she's very, yeah, she's a stifler, basically. Stiflers, fuck him. Still is to this day. She's lovely. Such a great person to talk to. No, yeah, so I used to always just disappear, just go to my grandparents, and that was great. That was great. It was great. So much chocolate to eat. Even though my granddad was the same, but oh, god damn it, why are these people the way they are? But you can't choose your family, obviously. Well, I guess you can. You can see it in other people, I guess, if you want to go down that road. But I escaped from it. I was lucky to have a place to go, and we could all have a place to go as well. Some form of escapism, like reading, writing. It's just finding it's like it could be a blessing in disguise. Like it could be finding what you're good at, finding who you are, knowing who you are, what you can and can't tolerate. Um, is a really horrible place to be, and I'm so sorry if anyone is in this place right now. But by listening to this podcast, you are actually, you know, helping yourself, and I think you should give yourself a pat on the back for that, because that's like, that's a lot in itself. Like turning, like even finding some kind of direction to go is really hard, because some people are really stuck. They really don't know what to do. So really give yourselves a pat on the back, you guys. Well done. Look at you. Fucking yes. But it is possible to get out, to find a different way to, be honest with yourself, know what you're going to tolerate and what you aren't. And make choices for yourself. Make these choices out of self-love. Make choices out of love for yourself, obviously, self-love, and go and do them. No matter what anyone thinks. Even if they disagree with what the hell you're doing. If they think you're crazy, you're not. Honestly, one of my favorite quotes. So I feel like I'm on a loop with the last few episodes. But there is a person walking around who has made millions inventing the pool noodle. And you wouldn't believe how many incredible inventions are out there that are just the most simplest thing, that somebody had an idea and now they're a millionaire. It's not all about money, but it's all about like proving people wrong, actually. It's all about like it's like I'm not crazy. I got this idea. You don't have to tell everyone everything. It's, I think you don't have to be like a complete open book, because people can tear you down. That's the reason why I haven't spoken to my mom a lot. It sounds really horrible, but she is very much she's got her own issues with that. But I, I it's very fuck me, screw that girl. She she what? It's very important. Like if you have an idea, or if you have a dream or a goal, not to tell it to anyone. Not to tell it to anyone. For me, I have like God remakes about me a lot, but I have an amazing business idea, and I'm letting it out like due to the little like this is it. This is what I'm gonna do before I even have even told. The first step, if you've got an idea, goal, whatever, do not tell anyone. That is the first step. Fuck doing it. The first step is not to tell anyone, to keep it to yourself. Because sometimes there is a psychology thing, like if you tell someone, it will, it feels like that's half the effort done. It's like, yes, it's done. Fuck me, I've done it. It's like, yeah, no, it gives that kind of false sense of like, you've done it. It's like you're not done it yet. So keep it to yourself. Really keep it to yourself. Don't tell anyone. Because then obviously they can't put their opinions in. Because people love to share what they think. They really do, honestly. But it's nothing to do with them. It's because it's to do with you. It's your journey. It's what you have to do, okay? Step world domination or something to do with destruction? Probably not. Let's not go down that route. That's not the way to go. Let's say that. But, being good at what you do and knowing you have this talent for a reason and then pursuing it, that's an incredible thing, to achieve. That's like the ultimate self-love, and just not caring what anybody thinks. And that's easier said than done. That really is. But if I can do it, if I can get here, then you can. And sometimes it will take time. Rome not built in a day, but it is everyone knows what Rome is. Everyone will know what your idea will be if you give it some time. And not all progress is like, it's not going to happen fast. And I know sometimes you're like, I really want to do this, but it really is the best thing just to take your time with things. Oh my God, that's so important. You don't want to rush into anything that you want to do. There's no point. You're going to get stressed. Take your time. It is a self-love to take your time with things. Like it really is. There's no, because stress is a killer. You're just going to stress yourself out. Just chill, take your time. Approach, if things are really meant to be, then they will be. And everything will add up, and the rest will be history, and everything will make sense. Okay? Just trust the process. Trust it. Sorry. Trust the process, and all will be right for you. And the people that aren't, honestly, you can choose whether to have people in your life that don't understand you, and you can continue going down the same road and listening to what they say and getting nowhere, and listening to those limitations, listen to those thoughts that are limiting you. Or you can choose to listen to yourself, your intuition, and do what's right for you. Do what you do best, and start your own journey. Start your own story that's gonna help you become who you are, the person that you're meant to be. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. It's like, are you going to let this person destroy what is your potential? The only person that can do that is you. And right now, by listening to someone else like that, the negative cunts out there, you're going to allow that to happen. It's really up to you. It is like, that is your decision. So let's, make it work for yourself, okay? So I'm gonna leave it there, you guys. Like I said, coaching is available on on Amphi for you guys. Follow me on Instagram, on any single platform that you listen to, okay? So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much, and best of luck with everything.